Titanfall 2. If you know, you know. If you don't, buckle up, pilot, because I'm about to take you for a ride. Titanfall 2 is one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made. No exaggeration, friends, just facts. It had speed, it had style, it had Titans dropping out of the sky like gods in metal armor. And it had one thing almost nobody expected from this little FPS: heart. This is the story of how a quiet game delivered an unforgettable experience, and how it gained a loyal fanbase as it rose from, and returned to, obscurity.
Let's get this party started, scrub.
Let's rewind time back to 2016. A great year for a lot of people. Some would call it the calm before the storm. Respawn Entertainment, made up of ex-Infinity Ward devs, is riding on the momentum of their 2014 multiplayer experiment, Titanfall. Critics liked it, the movement was fresh, but it was thin on content without any campaign. When Titanfall 2 was announced, people were curious about what was in store, but cautious. And rightfully so. Game devs often overpromise and underdeliver. This time, Respawn promised something bigger than before. A full-blown single-player campaign, expanded multiplayer, new Titans, polished, fast-as-hell movement. And you know what? They kept that promise. But EA, they dropped the ball worse than your random teammate in a ranked match on Rivals. Titanfall 2 was released 1 week after Battlefield 1. Not only that, it was 1 week before Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Basically, it was a perfectly good firework lit in the middle of a planet's explosion. No marketing push, no build-up, just thrown to the wolves. Sales were pretty bad, as anyone would expect given the circumstances. But this isn't where the story ends.
Literally, the harvester didn't take on any damage at all. Amazing work. Guess what? Your Titan is ready to kick some ass.
Titanfall 2's gameplay feels like a love letter to momentum. You're not just a soldier, you're a super soldier parkour god with a double jump and a death wish. Wall running, sliding, double jumping, and mixing it all together feels like you're rewriting the laws of physics with every fight. And then there's the Titans. These are not slow, clunky tanks, no. They are agile, specialized weapons of destruction. Each Titan has a personality and a loadout. Some examples include the Ronin, a Titan with a blade that'll make any pilot run, the Scorch, with a loadout to burn down any enemy, and the North Star, a flying sniper Titan. Yeah, you heard me. Flying sniper. The game constantly encourages fluid switching between on-foot combat and mech warfare, creating this grand display of speed, scale, and chaos. And that's only part of what makes Titanfall 2 a forgotten gem. Hey guys! This is usually where I would ask you guys to subscribe, but I'm not going to do that today. Instead, I actually just want to say thank you for the amazing support I received on my last video. I'm currently just watching the view count go up, and I'm amazed at how much traction it's gained. So many people gave their feedback and showed support. I honestly never thought I would even reach 100 subs, but here we are. I just wanted to say thank you guys. I suppose, though, we should get back to it, but thank you again, friends.
Advanced design may give us a tactical advantage.
If somebody's in love.
A human's concept of love requires admiration, attraction, devotion, and respect. Conclusion: I am 50% in love.
Now, let's talk about that campaign I mentioned earlier. You play as Jack Cooper, a rifleman with no special rank or reputation, no name in the history books. Just a guy training under a veteran pilot, dreaming of becoming one himself someday. And just as quickly as we might latch onto this mentor of ours, he's gone. Killed in an unfair fight as you watch helplessly. And suddenly, in his dying words, you're put in charge of his Titan, BT-7274. Quite the field promotion. Now BT, he's not just a mech with big guns. He's sharp, dry-humored, and, dare I say it, emotional. He may point out checkpoints and shoot stuff during battle, but he's more than that. He listens, he protects, and he remembers. The bond between Cooper and BT isn't forced. There's no lengthy exposition dump, no flashbacks. It simply grows in the best way possible, through action. Every mission throws them into chaos. Every fight demands trust. And every close call, every wall run, tightens that invisible thread between the two of them. There are 3 missions in particular where this bond truly shines, not just in the story, but gameplay as well. In the level, Into the Abyss, Jack and BT explore a giant facility assembling combat testing environments. This entire level is in motion, and so are the enemies. Partway through, BT is torn from you, and you're alone. That separation, it hits harder than expected. By now, BT isn't just a weapon to you. He's your backup, your voice, your friend. Suddenly, you're navigating this chaos without him. You feel vulnerable as the level rushes around you, constantly moving. You're without your partner. When you finally do reunite, though, you truly realize just how much you're starting to care for this Titan. Then there is the level, The Beacon. You're on a mission to realign a satellite communication dish in order to transmit an urgent message. A little bit of time crunch, but simple enough, right? That's until you realize the only way to reach said satellite is to be thrown. By BT. Across a chasm the size of a skyscraper. With poisonous fog down below. But that's if you'd survive the fall. It's absurd and it's terrifying. But yet it's beautiful. You're forced to place your life in BT's hands, literally. And the game sells it. The build-up, the hesitation, BT calculating the angle like he's simply trying to throw a dart as Jack just sits there, bracing himself for what's to come. You don't get a choice, and for a second, you feel just as Cooper does. Helpless, but trusting. Because BT hasn't let you down yet, and he won't. He simply asks you to do one thing.
Trust me.
Good throw.
You're welcome, pilot. Good luck over there.
Effect and cause. The mission everyone remembers. Here, Jack gets a device that allows him to swap between the past and present. 1 second, you're standing in an abandoned research facility. The next, you're in the same room, years earlier, full of life. It's not just a cool gimmick, it's amazing level design. The player is constantly jumping through time to weave their way through the facility, discover what the IMC has planned, and defeat enemies that are from years ago. But, near the end, BT shows up yet again. This time, you are separated by more than just space. You are apart in time as well. When he reappears for the player, it's not just another action moment. It's a reunion, trusting each other to make sure things always go right. These missions aren't just levels, they're memories. No bonding meters, no choices to a fake connection, just trust, risk, sacrifice. And when the final mission hits and the impossible choice is made for you, it's not just a cutscene, it's a gut punch. By then, BT isn't just your Titan, he's your partner, your friend, your brother in arms. And as he makes the final call, one you should have made together, he reminds you of the one thing he never forgot.
Protocol 3. Protect the pilot.
BT, what are you doing?
Trust me.
BT!
Hello, Jack.
Titanfall 2 didn't get the numbers. It didn't break any records. It didn't even get a chance. Released into a AAA bloodbath, Titanfall 2 was treated less like a flagship release and more like collateral damage. EA essentially cannibalized its own title, giving it a launch window that almost guaranteed failure. And for a while, it looked like that failure would stick. No sales spikes, no major DLC, no live service revival, just silence. Another great game buried. But something strange happened in the years that followed. While Titanfall 2 didn't blow up immediately, it didn't disappear either. Clips started popping up in Reddit threads, YouTubers made videos, friends recommended it to friends. The game slowly began to breathe again. Then came 2020. Titanfall 2 finally landed on Steam. No flashy marketing, no giant campaign, and yet it surged. Thousands of players suddenly dropped into the frontier, many for the first time. While it didn't get any flashy awards or the giant numbers, it got something better in the long run: respect. And while the game never got formal support post-launch, its legacy lived on in another form: Apex Legends. Respawn's Battle Royale behemoth may not feature Titans, but it's undeniably built on Titanfall's bones. The movement system, the gunplay, the maps, the lore, it all echoes from that same DNA. Characters like Ashe and Valkyrie even come directly from Titanfall lore. But the thing is, as much as players love Apex, and as big as it's become, it's not a replacement. And so, for years now, fans have asked, where is Titanfall 3? No announcements, no teases, no trailers, just radio silence. But we wait, and we hope. After all, Titanfall 2 never needed a sequel to prove its worth, but damn if it didn't deserve one. Titanfall 2 didn't need 100 hours of open world content. It didn't need loot boxes, battle passes, or a live service roadmap. It just needed one thing: a chance. And even though it never got that chance at launch, Titanfall 2 is now remembered, not as a flop, but as a forgotten gem, never given a chance to truly shine. A game that gave us blazing fast action, stunning design, and a robot buddy who made us all cry. So go out there, grab some fire stars, drop in, and remember, the best stories don't always make the front page, but they're the ones that stay with us. With that, friends, I will see you next time.
We've got a pilot down.